Welcome, everyone, to the Night Talk. We're back with another episode, and check out the display. Look, I just got all these from the new reprints there. They just did the new Sun and Moon reprints. I don't know if you guys heard about it or not, but they actually just reprinted Team Up booster boxes, and you can find them anywhere, man. Your local Kmart, Walmart. Imagine if that was true, dude. You would just see people killing each other. Um, but, so anyway, tonight I want to talk about, the insanity of the market. Um, Everyone's saying like, man, the market's gonna collapse, but meanwhile they're like, man, they have a pile of Pokemon behind them. Like, yeah, it's gonna collapse, man, but uh, I'm not really selling though. you know, um, it is kind of peak insanity right now. But as an investor, you have a lot of tough questions to ask yourself of like what to do right now. Should you sell and just throw everything in gold or silver? I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. But at the same time, it's not a terrible idea to still own stuff too. But I want to talk about stuff that I would be picking up on this channel right now. Like if you don't have that big of a collection, like what would be some of my top picks to kind of go over? And I have a lot for this one of like kind of what my game plan would be. Like if I was still like really trying to buy a lot. So first, I would start off with the Hidden Fates ETB of like, dude, these were so like fucking goated, and they're honestly one of the best ETBs in the game. I think the Stained Glass Birds promo will carry this box. It's already $400 now. I still don't think it's a terrible deal. I think I bought mine for like $350-ish. I still don't think it's a god awful deal for the price. Just because of the promo is just so sick in that set. So like, if you're finding like any discounts on that during this crash, I would grab those. Next on the list is, of course, none other than Evolving Skies, an ETB that if you're finding in the threes, I would say buy it. Any more than 300, 350, I would say just kind of say fuck it and just keep looking. The 151 UBC, you know it, you love it. These are like still $600. They were like $650, so you're still seeing some people sell them at decent prices. I recommend trying to get the case over just the UPC itself because the case is so much more rare. So if you can find the case for anything under $3,000, I think it's a killer buy. I have a sealed case back there because I think they're going to be like, I have a sneaky suspicion they're going to be a $4,000 to $5,000 case. They kind of already are, but every once in a while you might find someone panic selling, so not a bad idea. Team Up if you're finding it for anything under 10 grand. Cosmic Eclipse anything for like in the $4,000 range. Unified Minds if you're finding it for under $3,000, you're doing really good. Unbroken Bonds as well. If you're finding it for like under three, it's not bad. Evolving Skies, that's a tough one. A lot of us have to ask the question on. Um, right now, if you want Evolving Skies in your collection, this market cool off is honestly a great time to get it. Where I hate to be the one to stand out against everyone, but I've done it in the past, and I still think 2,400 for this box is not a terrible idea. Um, I really don't. I would keep an eye out for deals on this box, regardless, just because it's that damn good. And I still think it'll probably bounce up to $3,000, $4,000 when things chill out. For the first print run boxes, people actually want $5,000 still. So if you're finding first print run boxes at good prices, I would still say pick these up, man. Still not a bad investment. Same with Fusion Strike, first print run cases. If you're finding for like $7-8 during this panic, I still think those are good pickups. I mean, Fusion Strike, another just killer box. You know, like the art's there. The collectability of the box is definitely there. So, just another really good box to consider. Chilling Rain back there, still not a bad pickup as well. Still think there's a lot of potential left in Chilling, Fusion, and Lost Origin. Especially Lost Origin. My God, one of the better sets out of Sword and Shield. Even Battle Styles. Like a couple other sets we're going to talk about. Not as bad a set as everyone thinks, and it's really getting old now. And I still think it's going to be one of those collectible boxes that people come back to and are like, wow, like Sword and Shield era. I don't understand why Sword and Shield base is like a $600 box, but Battle Styles is so hated that it's still like a $300 box. Just, I don't know. It's a little wild to me. It's the same with Chilling Rain and Brilliant Stars. They just seem so undervalued in this current market of like where compared to where they should be. Like I said, Brilliant Stars is another contender for being way undervalued um, for what the set is. So those are most of my recommendations. Like the Vaporeon and Jolteon boxes, if you're finding those, like the combo of the three for 1,000 or less, you're doing incredible. I would say it's a buy every time. And just throwing one out of there, like out of the left forces, like Temporal Forces. I don't know why. I just always liked this set because of the Ghastly and just the art on the box. The Iron Crown. I mean, the Iron Bolt. Actually, I don't know if a lot of you know this or not, but Iron Bolt is actually one of the best Pokemon to ever exist, honestly. And I think a lot of people take Iron Bolt for granted of how good he is. And I think the card is a killer investment. Same with Iron Crown. You guys already know how I feel about Iron Crown. Temporal's just a very slept-on set, man. And I don't know why, but I just don't think people give this set enough credit. It kind of gives me that Cosmic Eclipse vibes with the top. Hold on. Let me see if I have Cosmic Eclipse easy to get to. That's not, but things I do for this channel. So I think it's heavily slept on either way. But it does have like that just cool look of Cosmic Eclipse. Not saying it is Cosmic Eclipse, but like check this out. This is kind of cool. I noticed this on both these boxes. So there's your Cosmic Rainbow, and there's your rainbow on the Temporal Forces. Not saying that's like a reason why you should invest, but I don't know. Like it just gives me the Cosmic Eclipse kind of vibe to it. But I still say try to like get more rare stuff over like buying a bunch of these. But I still just thought Temporal was a really just a unique set, and it's still really cheap right now. But I would mainly just be getting the chase cards out of this set over anything. But I'm not saying that I don't like like I do like Temporal for how cheap it is. So still not a terrible box if you're looking to invest. And really, oh yeah, the main thing on the app on the table here is of course Prismatic Evolutions. I still think Prismatic is a killer buy if you're finding it for anything under 250. If you see it in any stores, it's just a must pick up UPC. And that's mostly everything that I would really do right now. And then look for grading plays. Like, obviously, just look for any grading plays. And Dedente. It's crazy how much stupid Dedente cards went up. That's some market manipulation if I've ever seen it. But you know, look for grading plays. So if you're finding like birthday Pikachu's, cool cards from celebrations to grade. I mean, I can't stress enough how important grading plays truthfully are. Um, so definitely keep an eye out for them. And of course, just another card I wanted to throw out there is just Alakazam from 151. I mean, really just an incredible card. Really cheap right now for how good the art is. And Deoxys VMAX, another one in the defense form. Deoxys is actually a really incredible Pokemon as well. But uh, that's mostly everything. I fucked up and picked Deoxys in Pokemon Masters the other night, and I should have picked Iron Bolt. Let me know which Pokemon you actually think is better, Deoxys or Iron Bolt in the comments. But I'm gonna give you the hint. It's definitely Iron Bolt. Iron Bolt is super powerful, especially in Masters. And Deoxys is cool, but it has a lot of cool features like defense mode and stuff like that. But Iron Bolt is an extremely overpowered electric Pokemon, um, which I don't know makes him really sick. So that's why I say like I think people will come around to Temporal, and that Iron Bolt card in specific. That Iron Bolt right now is at a really good price to get PSA 10 copies for like dirt cheap. But yeah, those are that's pretty much everything I would do. Try to grab any PCTB cases that are at good deals, like Surging Sparks, Fusion Strike, Brilliant Stars. Pretty much any of those you can't go that wrong with. And Hidden Fates, man. Like I said with Hidden Fates, really starting to see a lot less of these on the market. And I just think that Bird's promo, man, really carries this box. Like I said, I love Hidden Fates. I'm actually glad to add one of those in my collection. Anything else that I would probably honorable mentions would be like, uh, maybe like Crown Zenith, like Pokemon Center ETBs. I think you get them for like the threes, which isn't bad. The Charizard Celebrations boxes, you guys already know how I feel on those being an incredible deal. But yeah, pretty much all that is what I would be doing, and only looking for cards that you can grade. Trying not to fall for a shit ton of the hype, but be aware these prices will probably not last forever at the same time, and be vigilant. And you should not do too bad if you kind of follow by that strategy. Don't go all in on anything really, but at the same time, if you're finding good deals on team up or vintage packs, try to grab them. Still trying to work out a deal for more Holland Phantoms packs, but look how sick that actually looks. Fuck, I want to rip it so bad, dude. But it's just so stupid to rip this. The Garchomp blister. But, man, I really do want to see that Pikachu's in there so bad. But if it had like 3 Holland Phantoms, I would totally rip it. But the Diamond and Pearl packs just suck ass. It's basically just the Holland Phantoms pack and everything else sucks. So you're better off leaving cool shit like that sealed. But give me to like 1,000,000 subs and we'll open it. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything I would recommend doing right now. Yeah, so that's all we got for this one. Just wanted to really discuss that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about on the channel tonight. Not really. Just kind of the world sucking. Yeah, we're witnessing the world just fall apart. And I still think gold and silver and platinum are still probably the safest, best investments right now. And yeah, like to just be prepared that things are going to look pretty bleak. You might even see the Pokemon market chill for a little bit. Because like I said, like a lot of people don't have money right now. It's tough times. And, like there's just not a lot of spending going on, which is understandable. Most people just don't have the capital. So it is what it is. You just kind of got to be patient. And this is where, the market separates the boys from the men, of the people that don't really give a shit and are down to hold no matter what for the long term, and the people that aren't. So market has a crazy way of doing that. Anyway, that's all we got for this one though. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Radiant Jirachi, we're out.